guys, it's Thomas Moran here, and in today's video I'm going to go through how much I made at the Royal Ascot 2025, all 5 days. As you can see up here is all the tabs of all the races I bet on. It's a marathon, definitely not a sprint with these kind of things, and I'll show you why I feel I have quite a lot of discipline over the 5 days, which I think really helps. If you like these videos, guys, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Some people aren't getting the notifications, so please hit that. If you really don't like the video, please hit the thumbs up as well. That really will let me know that you don't like the video, and we can go from there. So first race of the festival. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I really fancied Docklands for Harry Eustace. You know what, when I was doing my research on the night 2 nights before while the golf was being played, I had a lot of tipsters tipping up Docklands. I'd liked Docklands previous to this. It ran second last year, and I just thought it was, for me, if it broke okay, I thought we had a hell of a chance. But funny enough, it didn't actually break that well again, but hung on by a nose to Rosalien. And you're probably going to look and go, well, why didn't you bet, really big on this or anything like that? Well, unfortunately, Ascot, this was one of what I felt. I like the 10 runner races. I like these kind of where I genuinely do believe I've got a very good shot at top 3, but I can still definitely win these as well. It's happened with Bollinger at Cheltenham, Docklands here, and 14-1 looks great. But while I was actually putting up my selections on my other video, it was 33-1 in places, and I was recording the video, and just before I was recording it, it was 33-1. I thought, no, I'll do the video, and then when I came back, it was 25-1, and I'd had a very small little bit of 25-1, very small, and then when the video was edited, I then put on a tiny bit more. It doesn't look very big, but it's actually good profit. I had £2.25 on Docklands Star Sports, and that made me £67.50. I wasn't expecting this to win. I thought if it placed, that would be good. I nearly just did a place only bet, but I'm glad I did the win. It ran really well and it won. Most importantly, I had it in my lucky 15, which I'll go through later. I had it on my each way lucky 15, and I got 20-1 on that, so that was really good. And I hope some of you guys managed to get on, even if you got on at SP at 14s, or I heard someone got on at 12s. That's brilliant. It's a great way to start the festival. So the next race I actually bet on was Field of Gold in the 420. It was a race I was going to miss. I thought it was between the first two, Henry Matisse, but I didn't really fancy Henry Matisse enough to back it each way. I like these odds on races normally, as you guys will know. Not 7 runners. If it was 8, I might have actually backed Henry Matisse each way. But quarter of the odds, 4-1. The problem was I really liked Field of Gold. I didn't like anywhere near sort of 8 to 11. I thought it was going to win, but when Betfred boosted it even money, so I had some money on. I thought it's this funny one for me. Again, it's not big money, but I had 25 quid on the boosted price at even money. It ran amazing, as I thought it would from the time figures that I follow. Said it was going to run again. It probably should have won 3 in a row. It was unlucky 3 starts back when there's been a problem with the jockey. Schumacher didn't quite go early enough. A lot's been made of that. This one was really frustrating because I really did think we had a great chance at sort of top 4 each way money in this race. And my mate Mozzie, unfortunately for Cromwell, just didn't run much of a race. 10th of 16, prominent early, but it never really got in the race. I don't know if it was a bad bet from me or what, but didn't feel like I had much of a chance in the race. And especially for the lucky 15, it was frustrating. I had £3 each way on it beforehand, so clearly I wasn't overly confident. So I lost £6 there. On to Wednesday, and the first race I bet on, again, you've got these first 2 were absolute. Some of these 23 runners sort of sprint, they're just not for me. I can't clearly get a picture of the race. I know some people are very good at it, but for me, I can't. I love these kind of 7 runner races. Give me a little 7 runner, I'll have a good chance at. Unfortunately, I did bet on this race, and I had 20 quid on Cinderella's Dream at 6-4. Ran well, but not quite good enough. Crimson Advocate ran really well and beat it by a length and 3/4 there. And then this, again, very frustrating. I didn't bet in the next race. This is the next race. Anmar, I really fancied this. I thought each way was a great bet. I actually really liked it, as I put in my lucky 15. 8 runners, 7-2. I thought we had a hell of a run at this. It drifted to 11-2. I was like, wow. So I actually had a fairly decent each way bet on it. It's in my TRIXIE as well. So I put £20 each way at 11-2, £2 profit. Obviously, we're not playing it for the each way, but if I'd have put 20 quid on the nose, I would have lost the 20 quid. So I'm actually in profit. I know people don't like doing each way bets around those money on those prices. I actually thought we might have had a chance of winning here. I thought it looked good, and then a bundsman came in, ran really well. Unfortunately for us, we got second, so we second in our TRIXIE, but that was it. And this was a great race, 5 o'clock for us. I did really like my cloud. I explained in my video for the Lucky 15. I put it in the Lucky 15 and the TRIXIE, which was a bonus. It was 9-2 when I tipped it. Gary Nutting really liked it at 7-1. Put it as his strongest selection for the whole festival. No one else was really talking about it. It's not the kind of race I really like, but I watched its last 2 runs. It felt like Varian and D'Souza had something up their sleeve. I felt for this, it'd been put up £15, I believe, since its first run, but even last run, there was a lot more there I could see, and it ran a brilliant race. D'Souza done really well, just got held on for 3 3/4 lengths. And yeah, it was 3-1. So I hope a few of you got on that, either in Lucky 15s or just as singles. So I had £20 each way at 9-2. I was really happy with that price. I didn't know if it was, I assumed it would come in, but I didn't think it would come in quite as much as it did. So that was £108 profit. And like I say, the biggest things was it was in the Lucky 15 and the TRIXIE. So that got quite exciting, because we've got, in the Lucky 15 at this stage, we've got a 20-1 winner. We've got a loser, my mate Mozzie, but then we've got another 9-2 in a double. Nice little double, 50p each way double, and a 50p each way treble going on to the last Perizang in the Wokingham. But so this was the next day, and again, this is another race. I don't normally like these. But 15 runners gave me a chance. Sandal Song, I was looking through a lot of the other ones. I couldn't back Charles Darwin at those kind of prices. It's not really my style. But Sandal Song was 14-1. It had been getting backed in. So I looked at it and I thought, okay, yeah. And I watched its last race. I was like, it sort of did everything, not everything wrong, but it won. And it ran a really good time. I was like, I'm going to be backing this each way at 14-1. Again, I didn't bet much, £5 each way, but that came to £9 profit. Ran a really good race, just got third, by half a length. That was good enough for the profit for me. And yeah, so it means I could have a little bet in the race, because I was struggling for what to back in some of these races, as you can see coming up, that I didn't back in the next 2. I didn't even have any small each way in those. I normally do small place pots, which I did just for interest while I'm not betting. But then it came on to Trawler Man, and my gosh, what an absolute run. So not only did I really, really fancy it, 7-2, I actually, it was, for me, an absolutely cracking bet. I didn't expect it to smash the course record and beat Illinois by 7 lengths, but brilliant, absolutely great for the TRIXIE. So I got a winner in the TRIXIE there, and I had £20 each way at 7-2 for £84 profit there. Then we go on to Saturday, last day of the festival. It's 5 days. You can see I haven't really bet very much, and I did really like Rebels Romance. A couple of tipsters tipped it up as well. I thought it's got to be worth a small little bet there. So I had £20 on the nose on Rebels Romance at 7-4, and I made £35 profit there. It was the Wokingham. Unfortunately, this was the one I got very excited. I looked through the field about 3 times just to see, and I did. I really liked Perizang. As you can see here, guys, it came 9th. It didn't give us the run I hoped. I still look back at the race before, and I feel there was something there. I thought Murphy wasn't quite trying, but maybe I just couldn't see it in the race, because this time round it had a good draw. Sort of everything went fine. It actually broke pretty well. Everything I sort of needed it to do, and it came 9th. Unfortunately, guys, so we got 2 winners on our Lucky 15. Unfortunately, that couldn't get us the treble up, because it was going to pay quite a lot of money, and it was going to pay my friend quite a lot, because he bet a little bit more than me as well. So that was that, and I had £4 each way on it, 25-1, fairly early doors, and so I lost £8 there. On to the TRIXIE, and so we got my cloud at 9-2 there. We got Trawler Man at 7-2. We got Place at Arnmart at 10-3. Shame we couldn't have got best odds guaranteed, but when you do these early doors, you don't get best odds guaranteed. So £3 each way TRIXIE paid £94 and 9p, which I think was really good. I haven't checked, but if we had have got SP, yeah, SP, or it would, yeah, a little bit more. I mean, if it were one, it would have made a massive difference. But so 90 quid, I mean, that's really good. Really happy with that, Trixie. You know, people will go, why aren't you betting bigger? I don't know. Did I really fancy them? I thought they'd run well, but do I expect them to win? I was hoping for 3 places to make a bit of profit. They ran really well, 2 winners and a second. Really good, I think. So if it had won, yeah, I don't know, it's a few hundred quid, I think. So well worth playing for. And then on to the lucky 15. 2 winners, guys. First one 20 to 1, and obviously my cloud at 9 to 2, both fifth of the odds, both ran really well. The other two, 9th and 10th, I believe, sadly. And the bet is still £64.20 profit. Doesn't look amazing. 79 back, but it's 15 quid on. You know, we're not betting big. So for me, that was really good. The rest of the bets, like I said, I'm trying to show. For some reason, it's not showing up on my Tote Sport. I would show you all of these things, but I've been locked out of my Star Sports for putting in the password wrong 3 times, and the lucky 15 was on my friend's account, so I couldn't do that. And then this isn't showing me my Tote bets. So I lost £10 worth of play spots on over the week, which is kind of gets me the fun aspect. And I had one chance at a fairly decent one on one of the days that I did it. But overall, guys, what you're here for is, did I make money? As you can probably tell, I did make money. I made £444 and 79p overall after all the losses and all the wins. And funnily enough, and this always seems to happen at these kind of festivals, and not always, but a good chunk of the time, I normally seem to make around the same kind of number. And Cheltenham, if you'd have followed my Did I Make Money at Cheltenham, I think I made about 450 there. And, you know, within about 6 quid-ish, like that's pretty mad that it comes to that. I hope you guys did really well. Please let me know in the comments how you guys did at Ascot, if you made any money, if you followed in my tips, or if you found some that I definitely couldn't. I hope you're good, guys. But as I always say, most importantly, take care.